All right, we got Brzezinski on the draw for Proctor. He's flanked by Simonson and Cohen Dunbar. Burke and Olsen on defense. Grabko in the net today. Simonson chips that up to Dunbar. Dunbar sends it into the zone. Gets tripped up along the boards. Neebing's going to pick it up behind the net. Brzezinski holds the zone, loses control. It's taken by Neebing. I'm going to head out of the zone here. Brzezinski sends that one out of the zone. Neebing's going to get back on sides. Carry it back in. That's broken up by Burke. Olsen along the boards up to Dunbar. Dunbar over to Johnson. Johnson going to carry into the zone. Rails in a line change, so Johnson's there on his own.
Does that almost look like your jerseys last year?
Yeah.
The other game?
Radzak in the corner puts on some pressure. That's held in by Johnson. Oh, sorry, Katerlik. Katerlik takes a shot from above the point. That goes wide. Johnson and Fish. Fish moves the puck out. Neebing picks it up. They're going to head out of the zone. Niman sends it back the other direction. Fish puts some pressure on there. Neebing going to circle around in front of the net. Move it up, carry out of the zone. Neebing sends it wide behind the net. Neebing gets a stick on that, moves it around Nimmons behind the net. Nimmons bodies him off. Sends it back behind the net along the boards. A block shot by a Neebing body. Neebing takes a shot from up near the blue line. That's deflected wide by Grabko. Dunbar's going to pick it up. We got Dunbar and Fish with the 2-on-1. Dunbar carries low to the circle, centering pass to Fish. That gets just in front of Fish. Fish sends it back towards the net. That's wide. Dunbar circles around. Oh! Nice shot by Dunbar, deflected by the goaltender. Little dribbling run across the crease there, but that's cleared out. Olsen back on defense. Neebing trying to get control of that, can't quite get a shot off. Send that up to the D-man. He's going to carry in, take a shot from near the blue line. That goes wide. Welty working along the boards here to clear the zone. That does clear the zone, but Neebing's going to pick it up in the neutral zone. Carry back Talarico, poke checks it away. Welty and Dunbar carry into the Neebing zone. Dunbar loses an edge behind the net. Neebing working to send that up along the boards. It's going to be picked up by Neebing. They send it over to Dunbar. Burke circles around here on the near side. Enters back into the zone, moves it over to Dunbar. Dunbar catches that pass, turns, gets a shot on. Right out front is Burke. Olsen working to try to keep it into the zone. We got a couple Neebing players get behind Olsen there, but Nimmons out of the box, so they're going to get Nimmons on a tripping call here. Be covered up by Grabko. Nimming's going for the puck, but so we'll have a minute 30 power play here for the Neebing Hawks. Rails only have 3 guys on the ice. Thank you, Bennett. Rails need another man on the ice. Brzezinski on the face-off here for Proctor. He's got Johnson, Simonson on the flanks. Burke will pop back out for D. Burke moves it up to Brzezinski. Brzezinski flips it up along the boards past the Neebing defender. That one's gonna be an icing. Brzezinski on the faceoff sends it to the corner for Kaderlik. Kaderlik sends it up along the boards. That one's going to sneak past the Neebing defender and out of the zone. Brzezinski and Simonson put pressure on there while Neebing works to get on sides. Blake. Stace. Neebing gets a shot from between the circles there that hits traffic out front. Brzezinski able to poke check that off the stick and send it out of the zone. Neebing moving it around while they get on sides there. Neebing carries Kaderlik, strips that, sends it to the corner. Rail's still on the power play kill here for another 7 seconds. Oh, sorry, I didn't start the clock. I'll get caught up here at the next break. Kaderlik plays chase in the corner, sends it up along the boards out of the zone. Neebing's going to walk in. They get a shot off from the center of the circle that's deflected by Grabko, but goes up and over his shoulder for a Neebing goal. Yes, same. If you want this, you can have it. So 9:02 left. I'm going to adjust the time here. Do my own daylight savings time adjustment. I'm about an hour behind, I feel like. Johnson's going to carry that into the Neebing zone. He gets stripped in the far corner there. Neebing will send it up and out of the zone. They're going to carry through the neutral zone. Nimmons pushes them to the boards. Be picked up by Olsen. Olsen behind the net. Olsen loses an edge and goes down behind the net. Just lost an edge. Olsen going to hit Fish here on the near boards. Fish over to Radzak. Radzak loses control of that. Neebing's going to head back the other direction. Olsen able to break that up. Still in the, okay, out of the zone now. Neebing carries it back into the zone. They're going to circle around Johnson. Olsen going to send it back up out of the zone. That should have been, yep, they're going to get him on an offsides. Thought that was. Dunbar on the face-off there, moves it over to Kaderlik. Kaderlik's for the cross ice, but all the rails are on the other side of the ice there. Welty moves that up to Dunbar. Dunbar carries it in. Neebing attempt to clear that, broken up by Tallarico. Tallarico in the low corner, looks for the centering pass to Dunbar, hits some traffic.
Nice, Seager.
Dunbar has control in the circle. Centering pass attempt there, deflected away by Neebing, right into the pipe, actually. Tallarico holds it along the boards here, but Neebing's going to pick it up and carry it out of the zone. Nimmons puts on some pressure. Kaderlik back on D. That one will clear the zone here. Neebing works to get on sides. Move the puck on the stretch pass there. That is broken up by Tallarico. Neebing takes a shot from up near the blue line. That's knocked down by Katerlik. Katerlik sends it to the corner for Tallarico. Tallarico cross ice pass to Dunbar. Dunbar tips it up to Welty.
Hit him, hit him, hit him,
Welty
hit him.
gets a shot off from in the circle. That goes wide of the net.
Oh, and checks himself.
Dunbar tries to hold that one in. Neebing able to pick it up and chip it off the boards around Katerlik. Neebing cross ice pass there to the other defenseman, and they get a shot off. That's covered up by Grabko. I was feeling that for him. Brzezinski will take the face-off here for Proctor. Olsen and Burke on D. Simonson has the puck. He's going to have that poke checked away. Oops, sorry. Dunbar and Simonson work to keep it into the Neebing zone. Neebing's going to send that out. It's going to get past all the rails and be right on point. Grabko's going to cover that one up for a whistle. Dunbar putting on some pressure that clears the zone. Neebing has to work to get back on sides. They do. Picked off by Simonson. Simonson hits Dunbar. Dunbar back to Simonson. Simonson takes a wide shot from up above the circle. Held in by Olsen and Dunbar. Olsen again holds it in, sends it down to Brzezinski. Brzezinski in the corner. Works, looks for the centering pass. He sees... Oh, actually turns and takes a shot on that. Thought he was going to Simonson. Centered by Dunbar there. That goes off of a rails skate. Neebing's going to pick it up and clear the zone. Oh, Neebing carries it down below the circle. Able to send that right across the crease to an undefended man. That'll put Neebing up 2-0. Johnson will take the face-off here for Proctor. He's got Fish and Radzak on the wings. Radzak tips it back to Katerlik. Katerlik sends it up along the boards. Neebing's going to get there first. Neebing player carries behind the net, reverses course. Met by Katerlik. Katerlik holds it into the zone. Katerlik sends it along the boards again. They're going to wave off icing here. It's going to be just off to the side of the net. Goaltender's going to push it aside. Fish gets there behind the net, strips the Neebing player, sends it up to Nimmons. Nimmons takes a shot from up near the blue line. That's stopped by a Neebing player. We're going to head back the other direction. Katerlik pushes him to the side, able to get a little shot off towards Grabko. Grabko's going to cover that one up. True. Yeah, good call. Burke reverses course behind the net, sends it up the boards to Tallarico. Tallarico looks to push it ahead to Dunbar. Oh, sorry, these near boards are tough to get the angle on. Tallarico and Dunbar work along the far boards. Dunbar loses control of that. Neebing sends it along the boards, met by Olsen. Olsen tries for a shot, fans a bit on that one. Dunbar's going to send it back out to him. A lot of pressure on Olsen. Olsen tries to pass it across to Burke. That clears the zone, and Neebing puts the pressure on and takes it away from Burke. Neebing's going to come back into the zone. They get a wide shot off. Olsen moves it up to Dunbar. Dunbar hits Welty. Welty carries it into the zone. Welty looks for the centering pass to Dunbar. Can't quite connect with each other there. Neebing hits the cross ice pass. Burke back. He poke checks that away to the boards and breaks up a possible breakaway attempt there. Gonna have a whistle here, not sure what for. I have no clue what that was for. Okay.
I don't know why they blow it when they don't have to blow the phone.
Right. Brzezinski on the face-off here for Proctor. Moves that over to the boards. Picked up by Dunbar and Simonson. Neebing with that cross-ice pass again. Poke checked away by Nimmons. Neebing going to circle around the net, look for that center. That's broken up. Pick it up. Nice kick save by Grabko there. Sends that over to the boards. Picked up by Simonson. Simonson looks for Dunbar. He hits him. Dunbar gets a stick on it, but he's taken down. Sent into the net.
That goes in the net, Cole, not you.
Nimmons fans on a clearance attempt there. And a backhand that up and out of the zone. Should be in Rails icing call here. Little delay while the ref talks to the Neebing goaltender. Johnson on the face-off here for Proctor. He wins that, moves it over to the corner for Burke. Burke circles around, hits some referee traffic, but able to move that up to Fish. Fish and Radzak move into the zone. Fish gonna get a shot off there. That's deflected by the goaltender. Picked up by Radzak. Radzak looks and tries to center that, can't quite connect. Neebing's going to pick it up, carry it out of the zone. Going to chip that off the boards and chase. Olsen gets there first. Olsen carries up and out of the zone. Uses the boards to hit Fish. Fish takes a shot, that's off a Neebing leg. Fish centers up to Johnson. Johnson gets a big shot from Johnson out near the blue line. This is going to be a glove save by the Neebing goaltender. I got to start using my Johnny Rodberg terms soon. Holy smokes! He's fun to listen to.
Get the dad jokes in there too.
It's fun to listen to though. What's up, Cam? Where's your stuff's in there on the table? Brzezinski takes a shot from up near the circle. That bounces over and across the crease. Neebing takes a shot from up at the top of the circle. Hang on one second. Dunbar carries down through the circle. He's going to circle around behind the net. He's back up top. It's Katerlik. Katerlik takes a shot from the blue line. That's wide. Welty gets a shot off on that right on the side of the net. Covered up by Neebing. By Grandma's plate. Dunbar wins that faceoff back to Brzezinski. Brzezinski drops it back to Nimmons, who takes a nice shot from out front. Welty there for the rebound. Welty's going to get that one past the Neebing goaltender. Pull the rails within one. Do they give an assist to
Sounds like a proper
guess
rail.
around that kind of stuff? Like where you took the first shot and then it was a rebound, or is that just an assist? Do you know how to treat that usually?
I think that's what
Okay. Ooh, Welty right off the face-off. Good hustle, brings it in. Oh, nice little backhand by Welty, just misses the net wide. Brzezinski scrambles to try to pick that up. That one's going to clear the zone. Katerlik will pick it up here into the Proctor zone. Katerlik cross ice over to Nimmons. Nimmons looking to hit Welty here again. Welty chips that past the Neebing player. Neebing player loses an edge. Dunbar's going to strip it from him. Dunbar circles around behind the net. Turns and takes a shot with a rebound, picked up by Neebing. Ooh, Katerlik knocks that down. Good thing, because the Neebing player was on the backside of the rails defense there. We're going to call a Neebing offsides. That could have been a breakaway there for Neebing. So nice block by Katerlik. Ooh, Dunbar bodies the kid off of the face-off. Rails can't quite get there to do anything with it before the buzzer. So we are going to zam, I believe.
I have to go tell them.
Rails are leaving the ice, so I think that will zam. Yeah, we are going to zam here, so be a few minute break. Sorry for all the shuffling around, trying to make some adjustments with the tripod here. All right, Proctor will start off here with Dunbar on the face-off. He's flanked by Welty and Tallarico. We got Burke and Olsen on defense. Olsen carries in. He gets stripped at the top of the circle. Neebing's going to turn back around. Tallarico holds that into the... Nope, they're going to get him on an offsides. Going to say he held it into the zone, but not quite able to do that. Oh, you're fine. That's kind of unruly, isn't it? Olsen looks for the cross ice. He was looking for Welty there, but it's broken up by Dunbar. Welty picks it up. He's going to carry into the zone. Welty takes a shot from the center of the circle, deflected up and away by the Hawks goaltender. Nimmins fires that one from out near the blue line. That bounces wide of the net. Picked up by Dunbar. Dunbar sends it up to Olsen. That one gets past Olsen. Olsen able to sneak it back in. Neebing in a line change, so if Rails can move quickly here. Dunbar one-on-one, carries that low to the circle, nice shot, that deflected off of the goaltender's face mask. Dunbar picks up the rebound, centering pass to Cohen Dunbar, that one gets past him. Katerlik picks it up near the board, sends a shot on. Dunbar picks up the rebound. Dunbar looks for the center there as well, that's knocked away by Neebing. Rails hold the zone, Nimmins able to hold that in. Dunbar not able to get his stick down on that. Simonson out of the box, he breaks up, allows Dunbar to swing in and pick it up. Dunbar takes a shot from center, from outside of the circle. Held up by the Neebing goaltender. Sorry on the time there again. I've done that. I've done that not with photos, but other things that you're like, Brzezinski on the face-off here for Proctor. Tries to tip that up to Katerlik. Neebing picks it up. Katerlik knocks it back in. Simonson moves it up to Brzezinski. Brzezinski takes a shot from within the circle. Oh, geez. Okay. Brzezinski took a shot from within the circle. Neebing goaltender caught it. I'm not quite sure what happened, but Dunbar must have been too close to the goaltender. I guess they're going to both get a penalty here. It took Dunbar down, thinking he got too close to the goaltender. Other side, buddy. We don't share penalty boxes here. So Cohen Dunbar into the box. Although they put his penalty up, but not the Neebing penalty. I think they were coincidentals, were they not? So both, well, 5 on, Neebing's only got 4 out there. They're sending their 5th out. We got 5-on-5 hockey. Brzezinski will take the face-off for Proctor. He's got Fish and Simonson on the wings. Brzezinski moves that over to the boards. Simonson can't quite, Fish can't quite get a stick on it. Neebing moves it around the boards, held in by Nimmins. Nimmins sends it back down below the net. Brzezinski body boxed that one. Clock, Tara. Poor Tara. We're all yelling at her. That's why I don't do clock. You've seen my clock skills on the filming, so I do not judge. Katerlik picks that up, tries to reverse course, but backs right into a Neebing player. So it'll continue on into the Proctor zone. Picked up by Simonson, flips it off the boards. Neebing gets a shot off, deflected away by Grabko, picked up by Fish at the top of the circle. Fish moves that down. Not going to have enough for icing. Neebing gets there first anyways. Simonson, excellent pressure over there, able to strip the Neebing player. Neebing sends that one out to the neutral zone, picked up by Nimmons. Nimmons has two Neebing players coming, but hits Kaderlich cross-ike. Kaderlich moves it up to Fish. Fish gonna dump it into the zone. Stick by Dunbar, able to knock down the clear attempt there. Nimmons picks it up, fires from near the blue line. That's wide of the net. Johnson ties up an Neebing player for a second there. They're gonna move around a couple of rails and carry it out through the neutral zone. Burke heads back out of the zone, chips it up to Dunbar. Johnson battling out front per position. Dunbar gets a shot off, deflected by the goaltender. Welty circles around, moves that out to Olsen. Welty able to jump up and over the puck so as not to block Olsen's shot. Little chip shot from Welty out front, doesn't quite connect. Neebing's going to send that one down for Neebing Hawks icing. I catch back up with the official clock here. I'm assuming it's not that he doesn't want to sit by you, he doesn't want to sit by the camera. Who knows? Brzezinski will take the draw here for Proctor. He's got Talarico and Radzak on the wings. Olsen and Burke on defense. Brzezinski picks it up off the boards, tries to poke that out to Burke. Talarico's going to pick it up, circle around. He loses control. These near boards are terrible for filming. Neebing will chip it along the boards down into the Proctor zone. Burke will pick it up. He's going to circle around behind the net. Met by a Neebing player, carries right in front of the net. Moves it up to Radzak. Radzak struggles to try to get control of that one. Neebing going to move it up and out of the zone. Get past Nimmons there in the lower corner. Neebing looks for a centering pass. Nimmons deflects that away. Maybe, the net's off. Grabko accidentally knocked the net off there. This is exactly why I don't judge about the clock, because I forgot to start mine. That's my child screaming too. Cool. Dunbar on the face-off here for Proctor. Neebing's going to win that, but they send it over to Kaderlich along the boards. Put a shot off out front, deflected away by Nimmons. Nimmons and Dunbar pressure in the corner, center by Neebing. That's knocked away by Kaderlich. Dunbar will send that along the boards. That's going to get past Neebing defender. Waved off icing. Simonson hustles to the corner. He's going to get there first. Gets bodied off of that into the boards, but gets control back, sends it up to Dunbar along the boards. Dunbar going to walk around one Neebing player. Drops it back to Nimmons. Nimmons will send it low to the corner to Dunbar again. Dunbar bodied to the boards there. Dunbar comes away from the boards with that, gets a shot off, little rebound there. Cohen Dunbar gets a stick in that. They got to hopefully get a loose puck still, no whistle on that. Neebing's going to pick that up and send it down to the other end. It should be an icing call here. Yeah, I know. I was like, there should be a whistle coming. Nope, not covered up, I guess. Did you start your vehicle? Johnson will take the face-off here for Proctor. He's got Fish and Welty on the wings, Nimmons and Kaderlich on defense. Johnson sends that right towards the net off of the face-off. Ooh, Johnson, a couple good shots there. Johnson got a nice shot off with a rebound. The Welty picked up and shot with a rebound. Welty picked his rebound back up, sends it out to Kaderlich. Kaderlich shoots up over the net. Nice stick by Kaderlich, pokes that away from the Neebing player. They're going to pick it back up and circle back around. Rails traffic takes it off their stick, but too much traffic for the Rails. Neebing player tries to dingle around Kaderlich. He gets stripped. Neebing will send that to the far corner. Oh, they're going to get Nimmons on a tripping call here. Come on, Rails, touch a puck. That went off our body, but they're not. I think the ref wasn't seeing it from the angle he was at. So they're going to take Nimmons. He was trying to poke check the puck away and got a skate. So that'll put Neebing on a minute 30 power play here.
I don't know if you skated or not.
That's good. See ya, Stace. Thanks. So Rails power play kill here. We got Brzezinski at center. Looks like Burke, Talarico, and Olsen. Neebing will send that up to their defense off of the face-off. Over to the other side, shot blocked by Olsen. Talarico picks it up, sends it along the boards out of the zone. There'll be a Rails icing call there. Oops, went the wrong direction on the clock. Minute 16 left of power play kill here for Proctor. Brzezinski on the draw, moves it over to the boards to Olsen. Olsen sends it along the boards. Neebing's going to pick it up and hold it in. Sends it over to the other D-man. Walks in, clears Talarico, gets another block shot there for Olsen. Neebing gets a shot off, kicked away by Burke. Burke has control over in the corner. Burke will carry it up and out of the zone. It's Burke and Brzezinski. Burke loses control of that. Sends it along the boards up to Talarico. Talarico fights to try to keep that in. Talarico able to keep that one in the zone. Sorry, I didn't have the camera on there. Good hustle by Talarico just on the very edge of the blue line. But Neebing will pick it up. They look for that cross-ice pass. Passes off, picked up by Olsen. Olsen's going to send it back. I think he was trying to hit Brzezinski. Brzezinski went down center ice there. Cohen in the corner. Cohen chips it up the boards to Radzak. Radzak has that stripped off of his stick. They'll move it up to the other Neebing man. That's knocked away by Burke. Not sure if they're calling a penalty here or just an offsides. I think an offsides on the Rails. Or on Neebing, sorry. Five seconds left here on the Neebing power play. We'll have Nimmons coming out of the box. Dunbar and Johnson in the mix along the boards. Dunbar picks it up, carries behind the net. Rails back at full strength here. Dunbar chips it up. He's looking for Simonson. Neebing will pick it up in their own corner. Clearance attempt along the boards, held in by Katerlik. Katerlik sends that around the boards. Johnson will send that back down into the corner. Dunbar reverses course. Neebing sends it up to their wing. Poke checked away by Nimmons. Back up to Dunbar. Dunbar circles around. Loses control, carrying through a couple of Neebing players, but centering pass right out front. Simonson can't quite get a stick on it. Simonson tracks it down, but shoots that wide. Picked up by Dunbar again. Dunbar centers out to Johnson. Johnson gets a little backhand shot off there. A little bit of stick traffic and bounces, and it'll be a glove save by the Neebing goaltender. Dunbar will take the face off here. He's flanked by Johnson and Simonson with Katerlik and Nimmons on defense. Dunbar sends that to the corner. Knocked down by Johnson. Dunbar is going to circle around in front, carries that low behind the net. Drops that back to Nimmons. Nimmons going to take a shot from out near the blue line, hits a little bit of traffic that's deflected wide. Simonson gets there, can't quite get a stick on it. Simonson comes back, loses control of that. Simonson and Dunbar are going to collide there. Neebing will take the puck over and head back the other direction. Katerlik takes control behind the net, circles around. crosses with Johnson. Kaderlich bodied off of that puck over along the boards. Neebing has control behind the net. They send it up along the boards. Nimmins is going to pick it up and hold it into the zone. Nimmins gets a shot off. That's knocked down by Johnson, but deflected away by the Neebing goaltender. We're going to have a whistle here. I think they're going to get Johnson on a checking call, I believe. So we also have another power play kill here with Talarico taking the face-off for Proctor. Neebing gets a quick shot off. Grabko trying to cover that up. Dunbar tried to pull it over to the corner. Grabko drops on it, covers it up for a whistle. Repeat here, Talarico, Olsen, Burke, and Dunbar. Burke will take control of that off the face-off, circles around behind the net. Dunbar will knock that one down. Oh, Neebing player tried to use the boards behind the net there and hit his own goaltender on the side there, but that's deflected away. That looked like an offsides, but they're waving it off. Dunbar able to get a stick into that. Neebing takes a shot from the top of the circle. That's deflected away by traffic. Neebing takes a shot from out at the top of the circle. Hits some bouncing traffic there and knocked away by Grabko. Ooh, Olsen lost control of the puck over on the side of the net. Neebing shot from near the blue line. That's wide. Those have about 15 seconds left in the kill here. Burke has control. Carries that through the circle up to Dunbar. Dunbar dumps that to the corner for a line change for the Rails. Just seconds left here in the power play. Successfully killed off by the Rails here again. Neebing will have control. Got Johnson coming out of the box. Almost breaks up that pass. Talarico and Kaderlich, I believe. Shut that one down. Ooh. Brzezinski poke checks that off the boards. Sends it into the Proctor zone. Nimmins is going to get there first. Carries around behind the net. Moves it up, tries to hit Fish. Kaderlich down to the corner. Tries to poke it around a Neebing player. Picked up by Brzezinski. Brzezinski going to come away with that. Cross ice pass to Fish. Fish centering right to Johnson out front. Brzezinski's going to pick it up and get a shot off. He hits the pipe. Nice passing by the Rails there. Neebing's going to clear it out, and they're going to get past Kaderlich here. This Nimmins back on D. Kaderlich gives chase. Kaderlich breaks that up, that centering attempt. Fish will send it back up out of the zone. Johnson puts on pressure. Fish is there as well. Fish picks it up, moves it up to Brzezinski. Brzezinski will take it, cross the blue line, gets a shot from up near the blue line. That bounces wide of the net. Rails in a line change here on defense. Burke comes in off the bench, holds it into the zone, gets a shot off. That goes wide. Fish will send that one back for a centering pass, broken up by Neebing. Burke, good hustle, gets a stick on that, as does Fish, trying to hold it into the zone here. Tie it up till Dunbar can pick it up. Dunbar and Brzezinski collide. Olsen looking for Fish on the corner pass. Fish looking for a line change though. So Neebing will have control in the corner. They'll regroup, carry it up. Dunbar knocks down the cross ice pass attempt. Olsen's going to send it back up to Simonson. Simonson carries to the boards. He loses the puck. Neebing will pick it up and carry back out of the zone. Brzezinski puts on some pressure along the boards, makes the Neebing player lose the puck to Burke. Burke circles around, looks cross ice. He's looking to hit Dunbar, but Neebing will break that up. We're going to have a think have Neebing offsides there. Tallarico on the draw here for Proctor. Moves it over to Welty. Welty will pick it up and get a good jump on it, carry it into the Neebing zone. Welty loses control of the puck in the corner. Nice centering pass though. Radzak can't quite get a stick on it, but Olsen comes in, gets a stick on it. Radzak gets a stick on it. A little bit of pushing and shoving out front here. Radzak got knocked around there a bit, but he was in excellent position. Tallarico on the draw here again for Proctor. Radzak will pick that up, move it towards the boards, gets a shot off. That's going to be covered up by Neebing. No line change for Rails here at this time, but Neebing will switch out majority of their line. Scramble for control of the puck there in the ref's feet. Rail's going to hold it in. Tallarico picks it up. He circles around. Centering pass attempt. Radzak gets a shot off. That's going to be covered up by Neebing. Rail's putting some good pressure on here, getting some shots off. Right towards the end of the second period. Neebing will send that one to the corner right off of the face-off. Be around the boards. Neebing's first party there. We're going to try to move that cross ice. That's broken up by Olsen. Olsen sends it up ice. Picked up by Neebing. They're going to circle back around, but that will be time before they can do anything with that puck. So end of 2. Proctor trailing the Neebing Hawks 2-1. All right, Proctor will control the face-off. Dunbar behind the net, circles around, tries to wrap in, that's deflected away by Neebing. Brother Cohen gets there, moves over to Brzezinski. Brzezinski hits Dunbar out front. Dunbar looks to drop past that. Neebing picks it up. Pressure by Nimmons. Neebing with the center ice attempt. Cadillac's going to pick that up, carry behind the net, up to Dunbar. Dunbar cross ice, he's looking, I'm not sure who he's looking for. Neebing will go down though. Brzezinski and Dunbar put on some pressure, but Neebing's going to come back the other way with it. Icing will be waved off here, so Neebing will take control in the corner. Reverse course behind the net, move it along the boards. Neebing looking for that same cross ice pass. They look for that every time. Brzezinski will pick it up right across the blue line, reverses course back to Dunbar. Neebing's going to send it back along the boards. Try to dump it into the zone. Nimmins chips along the boards back up to Dunbar. Sorry, try to angle that down. Nimmins will move that across to Cadderlick. Cadderlick up to Fish, I believe. Yep. Fish will take a shot from the top of the circle. That's deflected away. Nimmins up top. He's going to carry that lower. Ooh, look out, ref. Olsen has control near the rails blue line. Looks for that cross ice pass to Fish. Be deflected up into the corner. Ooh, good hustle by Olsen. Gets a stick on that to try to hold that into the zone. Oh, looky, a cross ice pass. Fish will strip that from Neebing. Simonson will pick it up. Simonson circles around, loses a little bit of control, but dumps it into the zone here. No icing. Nice stick by Simonson, holds that into the zone. Tallarico swoops in, picks it up. Has that down in the corner. He faces some pressure in the corner. Simonson a step behind to come in and cover. So Neebing will pick it up and carry back the other way. Neebing player will lose an edge. Tallarico will poke that away. Tallarico is going to pick it up, come back the other way. Tallarico and Fish. Tallarico carries in. Ooh, looks for that cross ice to Fish. That's broken up by Neebing. Neebing will pick it up and flip it out of play. Was I right?
What?
Welty will take the drive for Proctor. Neebing moves over. Radzak will get a stick in that, but that's going to clear the zone. Nimmins has some pressure on him. Moves it up the boards to Radzak. Radzak will carry into the zone. Neebing will send it back out. Picked up by Radzak. He'll stretch across to Cadderlick. Cadderlick looks to chip that up the boards to Johnson, but knocked down by Neebing. Radzak will carry back the other way. He's got Welty with him. Radzak trying to move that over to Welty. Gets knocked down by Neebing. Radzak will pick it up and get a shot off from up near the circle. The Neebing goaltender is going to cover that up. Yeah, I'm virtually certain.
I would assume so.
I mean, that's unless you're Jess. Cadderlick will keep that into the Neebing zone here. Dunbar will put some pressure on behind the net. The Neebing player loses an edge. Cadderlick gets a shot off, picked back up by Dunbar. That's deflected away. Brzezinski has control in the corner, loses control of that. Dunbar will pick it up and reverse course behind the net. Brzezinski gets a stick on that up to Cadderlick. Cadderlick gets a shot off. That goes wide around the net. Up the boards. It'll be held in by Nimmins. Nimmins will dump it back below. Dunbar can't quite get a stick on that. So Neebing will pick it up. They'll chip it up and try to chip it up around Cadderlick. Cadderlick able to hold that and send that back into the zone. It'll be a rails icing, but nice job at Cadderlick keeping it from getting past him.
Isn't that just
Yes. Dunbar off the face-off. Olsen will poke that up to Brzezinski. Brzezinski will dump that into the zone. Around the boards, Dunbar and Neebing put on chase. Dunbar gets there first, tries to move that out to his brother. But Neebing will get control. They're going to dump that into the corner. Burke to the corner first. Burke pinned against the boards. Dunbar will come in and take that away, move it up to Brzezinski on the far side. Brzezinski looks for the center to Dunbar. That'll get past him. Too many Dunbars on one line. Seeger will carry it around. He'll come up center ice. He's got Brzezinski and Cohen with him. That's poked away by the Neebing defender. Seeger will pick control back up. Looks to try to move that up to Burke, but that gets deflected away. Dunbar will hold it in. Tries to hit Brzezinski. Neebing's going to knock that one away. Clearance attempt held in by Burke. That one's going to get outside of the zone. We're going to have an offsides call here, I believe. Either I'm getting better at the clock here or Tara's really bad at it too. We're lined up. I'm guessing it's me. Welty on the face-off here for Proctor. Neebing will chip that off of the face-off, move across ice. Our defender can't maintain control of that. They try to chip that up and out and hit the ref. Cross ice pass from Neebing. Nimmons will get there. He'll move that up the boards into the Neebing zone. He's sent back down behind the rails net, picked up by Katerlik. Katerlik looks for Talarico, but Neebing breaks it up. Welty will carry that around from behind the net and up through the circle. It's Simonson. Simonson pokes it back to Welty. Welty will try to maintain control as he moves past a couple of Neebing players, but he can't. Neebing will carry here into the Proctor zone. Lose control of that. Nimmons will pick it up in the corner. Chips it up to Talarico off the ice, or off the glass. Simonson will pick it up and carry. Simonson sends that behind the net. Katerlik tries to knock that one down and hold in, but we'll have a Neebing icing call here. Neebing will chip that one up. Excellent job by Olsen. Almost was a breakaway for Neebing there. Olsen knocks it down though. Just went quickly that direction off of the face-off. Burke carries out in front of the net, moves it across to Olsen. Olsen cross ice to Radzak. Radzak will carry up to the neutral zone. Moves over near Fish, drops it back to Fish. Fish gets a shot or a pass attempt off of Johnson's stick. Burke gonna step in for that. Burke gets a shot off, but that hits traffic. That one will get past Olsen there. Can't quite get a stick on it, but he scrambles to keep it into the zone. They're going to get that out of the zone, though, when they had a Neebing man right near the blue line. Burke will break that up, thankfully. Burke bodies in the corner. That was Radzak stripped that, but Neebing sends it up. They got a man right behind Olsen. They're going to get that one in underneath Grabko. Grabko, I think, thought he had it covered up, but they're going to poke that past Grabko through the 5-hole. I think he thought he had it covered and he was waiting for the whistle. Oh, I thought he had it covered too. Poked at it. All right, so Neebing will go up 3-1. Shots on goal right now. Proctor with 25 and Neebing with 15. Having a little consult over at the bench. Brzezinski will get control off of the face-off. He's going to take a shot from up near the blue line. That's wide. Dunbar will get the rebound. Dunbar pokes it right out front to Cohen. Cohen takes a shot, that goes wide. Catlick will get there along the boards and send that back down along the boards looking for Dunbar. Dunbar picks it up behind the net. Circles around. He's got pressure in the corner. He gets bodied off the puck. They're going to actually call a penalty on that. What do you do? What do we do? A fine line. So Cohen Dunbar will draw a Neebing penalty here for cross-checking. So Rails will have, I think, their first power play of the game. Nimmons will hold that. He'll get a nice shot from out near the blue line there. That'll be deflected away with the rebound. Picked up by Neebing. Katerlik will hold that in. Knocked down by Dunbar. Dunbar puts on some pressure behind the net. Neebing will reverse course. Reverse course again. They're going to hit the man out here. Could have called that. That'll get past their player. Past Nimmons. Not going to make it for icing. I think they were waving it off anyway. Nimmons drops it back for Dunbar. Dunbar will carry. Got Dunbar, Brzezinski, Dunbar, and Nimmons. Dunbar will carry that all the way in behind the net. Circle around up top. He's going to take a shot from the top of the circle. That one's in. Seeger Dunbar with the goal. Bring the Rails to within one here. Seeger from Seeger. I'm related, I can say it. All right, so Dunbar will take the face-off here for Proctor. They're within one of the Neebing Hawks. We've got Brzezinski and Dunbar on the wings. Nimmons and Olsen on defense. Brzezinski moves it over to Cohen Dunbar. Cohen's going to carry, looks for the centering pass to Seeger, broken up by Neebing. Brzezinski will chase. Nice job by Burke. Pokes that away. Neebing will send it back up out of the zone. They're going to have a, I thought an offsides call, but nope, they waved it off. Dunbar pokes that up to Brzezinski. Brzezinski and Dunbar will swing back with a 2-on-3. Brzezinski drops it off for Dunbar. Dunbar takes another shot from under the circle, deflected away wide. Dunbar looks for the centering. Olsen's going to knock that back down. Cohen will drop back and cover defense. Olsen will come around through the circle, gets a shot off, but hits some traffic there. Neebing will send it up along the boards, and they're going to hit their man cross ice. Cohen Dunbar hustles to try to get down. Neebing will take a shot from the far side, and that'll hit the side of the net and or deflected away by Grabko. Dunbar will chip that up along the boards. Neebing's going to hold it into the zone. They take a shot. Shot from out here near the boards. They had a man down on the far side of the net, tried to knock that down, but didn't get a stick on it, thankfully. Dunbar will tip that one up out of the zone. Rails in a bit of a line change. They're going to have to be quick here. Neebing's going to come back. Burke's back on D on his own. They're going to move around Burke, take a shot from the far side. They're going to hit that upper corner to Grabko's right for a Neebing goal. Neebing will bring their lead back up to 2 again. Neebing will dump that one to the corner. Nimmons will get there first behind the net. Moves that up to Talarico. Talarico tips it up to Welty. We'll get past Welty. Neebing will take control, but Talarico and Simonson, good pressure there, make Neebing send it to the far side. Nimmons will pick it up, send it back up along the boards. Simonson can't quite get there. Nimmons had to send that one along the boards for a Rails icing here. Can I just say I hate that it's getting dark? Very much dislike it. It's getting dark already. Johnson will take the face off here for Proctor. Body's off the puck there. Moves it over to the boards. Neebing's going to pick it up. They're going to hold that in. Neebing sends it out front to a man right out front. He's not covered. He gets a shot off. That's deflected away by Grabko. Puck's poked up by Nimmons up to Fish. Fish will carry. He's got Radzak with him. Fish tries to take a shot from near the blue line. That's broken up by the Neebing defender. Fish bodies behind the net to try to get control of the puck. Radzak's back there with him. Cross ice pass from Neebing. They're going to dump that into the zone and look for a line change for their defender here. Radzak will pick it up here in the Proctor corner. Can't quite keep control of that. Neebing's going to take that away. Katerlik breaks it up. Nimmons will break up their charge attempt there to the net. Cross ice pass broken up by Fish. Fish will carry it in. He's got Johnson with him. Fish drops it back to Radzak. Radzak will get a shot off, deflected to the side by the Neebing goaltender. Radzak, beautiful center by Radzak. Johnson can't quite get a stick on it, but Radzak steps back in, moves it up to Nimmons. Nimmons sends it over to the far side along the boards down to Johnson. Be held by Radzak. Radzak moves it up to Johnson behind the net. Johnson looks for the center up to Fish, hits the side of the net from behind, and Neebing will take control and come back the other direction here. Neebing player loses control. Cadillac will pick it up, moves it up to Fish. Fish loses control. Neebing's going to get a shot. Ooh, barely deflected away by Grabko. He deflected up and over the net. That's going to sneak in past Grabko and through some traffic right out front. Put Neebing up 5-2. Just a couple of minutes left to play here.
Let's go, Rails!
Dunbar will take the face off here for Proctor. He's flanked by Cohen, Dunbar, and Brzezinski. Olsen and Burke on D. Burke will pick it up, chip it up to Dunbar. Dunbar moves it over to Cohen. Cohen gets a little backhand off. That goes wide. Brzezinski will pick up the rebound. Center right across the middle, but doesn't hit a rail. So Neebing will head back the other direction. That's blocked by Dunbar. Dunbar has control in the corner. Moves around the Neebing defender. Gets a shot up. Bar down! Nice shot by Seeger. Dunbar will get the goal there for Proctor. Bar down yesterday too. Okay, Proctor has some ground to make up here, just under 2 minutes left in play. Dunbar on the faceoff, moves over Simonson. Oh, they're going to get the rails on an offsides call there. That was a tight one. So Dunbar on the faceoff here, he's got Simonson and Brzezinski, Burke and Olsen on defense. Dunbar wins that, but sends it to the side. Neebing will pick it up and chip it back down towards the rail zone. Burke up to Dunbar. Dunbar's going to clear the Neebing defenders. It's a shot off that goes up and over the net. Sorry for the camera angle there. Dunbar has it behind the net. Brings it around front. Backhand shot. That's deflected away by the Neebing goaltender. Neebing sends it up and out of the zone. Rails have a goalie pulled. They're going to wave off icing. Oh, Burke! Oh. Whew. Burke kind of overran that one. I don't think he realized there was an icing waved off. Brzezinski tries to move that up to Dunbar. He's going to hit a body. Got a Neebing player down. He got hurt, I think, down there when they dove through with a stick. Oh, yeah, I knew that. Yeah. According to my assistant, you're not supposed to blow the whistle in the ozone. Yeah, isn't that weird when somebody's hurt, they actually blow the whistle? Did that tip, or why did they wave off icing on that?
Maybe it hit one of my players.
Oh, must have. All right, Dunbar over to Brzezinski. Brzezinski out to Burke. Burke sends that down. Dunbar gets a shot off. He hits Simonson out front. Neebing will send that one along the boards. That'll get past Burke. Burke will pick it up, circle back around. Burke dumps that to the corner. Picked up by Neebing behind the net. They come up the boards just like they do every time. Burke will knock that down to Talarico. Talarico taken down, loses control of that. Neebing's going to have a breakaway here with an empty net. Neebing player will sink that. Shots on goal right now. Proctor with 30, Neebing with 20. Does it count as a shot on goal when there's no goalie?
Yeah.
Does it count as a shot on goal when the goalie's pulled? Kind of sucks. He's got no chance to save it. My goalie expert tells me yes. Walty carries that around through the circle, gets a shot off. That's deflected. Radzak centering attempt, broken up by Neebing. Neebing will flip that one out. Grab go back in the net here. We'll have a Neebing icing. Just seconds left in play here. Oh, yeah. Johnson wins that face-off, sends it over to Radzak, but Neebing's going to take control. They send it over the boards. We're going to get a Welty penalty here as soon as Proctor touches the puck, if they do. Yeah. A little bit of pushing and shoving at the end. But that'll be the end of the game. Neebing will take down Proctor 6-3. Shots on goal. Proctor 31. Neebing